Everybody, welcome back to Hey Babe, Watch This. Today I'm back down in the basement because I thought I would show you guys how we start our seeds for our gardening in the basement and talk to you a little bit about what we're growing as well as our direct sow crops. And as you guys know, we're trying to grow as much food as we can. This will be our third year gardening, so we innovate a little bit each year. And this year, Daniel actually has a big personal goal because he would like to grow the equivalent of $1,000 worth of food, and I think we could actually get a little bit more than that, but I'd like to show you our setup, exactly how we do this. I'll go through a little bit of what we're growing, and so let's do it. So right here I have, this is a lettuce. It's like a salad mix lettuce, and I've decided that even though I am going to plant some lettuce outdoors, I'm just going to keep starting trays like this about 2 weeks apart and continue to grow them under the lights here in the basement, and that's how we're gonna get our fresh greens from now on. So I have, this is like a salad blend. I also have some spinach as well as arugula, and so we'll just be growing it down here, maybe moving some up to the windowsill in the kitchen, and then just snipping it off whenever we wanna have greens with our meal or a salad. So you can see our overall setup here, and we have our trays of seedlings on just some cheap shelving that we had gotten. And then if you can see underneath here, we've attached some LED lights to the bottom. You can buy expensive grow lights, but you can actually use any type of LED light. Our goal was to try to be a little less spendy. So these lights actually are underneath cabinet lights that were left over from when we renovated and flipped our last house. So we just strung them up there using those cable ties, and it's worked totally fine for us. This is our second year of starting seeds in this method. So they have the light from the LED lights, but they also have the light from these large basement windows. So we put them right next to the window. Oh, another funny thing that I'll mention is you see that we're using red Solo cups, and we actually also repurpose these cups. We had them left over from hosting a huge family get together at our house. We had like maybe 15 guests over, and so it's kind of funny because this is our second year of using these cups, and some of them still have names of family members written on the side of them from when we were, you know, trying to keep our cups straight at the party. You can see that our seeds are starting really well. We've got some tomatoes, some cucumbers. These tall ones here are actually sugar pie pumpkins. I'm so excited, my first time ever growing those. We also have some lettuces, spinach, and a bunch of cabbage over here. Here's a lettuce tray that I was just talking about. This has been, I sowed these seeds over 14 days ago. So this is 2 weeks. I do believe it's like 45 days to maturity. So you can kind of see that some are just now starting to look like tiny bits of lettuce. Oh goodness. So this is our first sprout that we have on this tray, which I sowed about 7 days ago. Oh, we've got some more sprouts on this one too. So that's really positive. That's like the first little life that I'm seeing from these. All of these I sowed about a week prior, and they are on a heat mat. So I think since these are doing so well, I'm gonna take these off the heat mat and put these other guys on it. And then I've got even more up here. I only have two heat mats for seedlings right now at this time, so I think I'm gonna just rotate them out a little bit. But I'm really encouraged because all of our seedlings seem to be doing really well, even the ones that I just recently sowed only about 7 days ago. So I've gotten a lot more organized this year, and this is my chart that I'm using to keep track of everything. I've got one column for the variety, how many we planted, and then what date I started the seed. I actually have this all detailed in a much more detailed spreadsheet on my computer, and the reason that I got this detailed this year is because we really have that goal of doing these for food crops and growing as much food as possible, and I'd like to be able to just advance every year. So I've got all this, a lot more information on the spreadsheet, like last frost date, when to harvest them, the spacing, the sowing depth, like all sorts of stuff. So it's funny because I'm usually not a detail-oriented person like this, but I've just really gotten into the thought that maybe we can reach that goal of growing at least $1,000 worth of food, or maybe even more. One thing to note about this chart, well, a couple things. So one, we started by just saying, okay, what are the foods that we buy from the grocery store the most? In the past, we just kind of grew things for fun. And like last year, we had like 3 crazy varieties of corn, all these awesome, crazy tomatoes, but it didn't really equate to like a full pantry. So we're getting more savvy this year. I've planted a lot of onions. So onions are a plant where it's one seed, one fruit, right? So you get 1 onion per seed versus like tomato or potato, where you plant 1 and you get a bounty, you know? So I've accounted for all that, and I'm really excited. I'll also tell you that these do not include, this chart does not include our direct sow crops. So direct sow crops are seeds that you want to plant directly into the ground rather than starting them indoors on the shelves like we have for a variety of different reasons. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we're going to be direct sowing. We use Baker Creek seed. They are a great source for heirloom seeds, and we just had seen other YouTubers recommending them. This is the second year that we're using them, and they've worked out great for us. So we're going to be direct sowing. These are beans. They're called Trail of Tears black beans. We eat a lot of black beans around this house, so we already have the trellises up, and these will be perfect. So this is a new one for me. And one thing I love about Baker Creek is with your order, you get a couple surprise free seeds packs. This is purple kohlrabi. I have never grown kohlrabi before, but I'm super excited because of how interesting it looks, and also because it's great for fermenting and pickling with slaw and other things like that. Next is this corn. This is the sweet corn. Like I said, last year we grow a bunch of like crazy varieties that weren't great for eating. So this year we like to grow some sweet corn, and our intention is to can and dry a bunch. And so we'll eat the canned corn, and then we'll also mill the dried corn, I'm hoping, into cornmeal. Purple cauliflower. Isn't that gorgeous? So I started some white cauliflower in the seedlings that are on the shelves. And so I'm just going to kind of, it said that you could do either in my research, so I'm going to kind of see like which ones do better, the ones that were started inside or the ones that were direct sown. I know they're not exactly the same strain, but it'll still be an interesting experiment. Here's another corn. So again, better eating corn this year. Really excited. Corn, we found, grows fast and tall, and it worked out really well for us. Oh, here is another free pack that we got. These are Amarillo carrots. So excited to grow those. And also some orange carrots. So we eat a lot of carrots, and these are easy to can too. So that was another factor in our decision making, was like, not only what do we eat a lot of, but what is easy to preserve. Because I have a pressure canner, so we're going to be pressure canning, water bathing some things, freezing other things. So our preservation game is going to be a lot stronger this year too. Last year was our first year here. We had tons of projects, and we kind of became overwhelmed by our harvest, and we weren't prepared to preserve as much as we would like to. So that's another thing we're really working on this year, and just so excited. Lastly, I would just say I wanted to also share the reason why we're starting seeds versus like going and buying the seedlings that you can get from Home Depot and stuff. So a couple of reasons. So one, it's cheaper and it saves you money. You know, for the cost of an entire packet of seeds, you can have tons of plants versus just getting one of the seedlings. And then also, you can just get more varieties of heirloom varieties and organic seeds than you can if you buy them at your local stores. So it was really kind of a quality thing, and the matter of getting like interesting varieties that you can't get at the grocery store, right? So we want to grow stuff that's more exciting than what we could normally buy. So anyway, I will be sharing more garden updates. I hope some of this information was helpful to you guys. And there's plenty of other how-to videos out there, so I just wanted to kind of give an overview. But please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel, as we have a lot more farm projects, travel, and fun things coming up on the channel. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.